I assure all foreign governments that Nigeria will become a more forceful and constructive player in the global fight against terrorism and in other matters of collective concern, such as the fight against drugs, climate change, financial frauds, communicable diseases, and other issues requiring global response. I want to assure you, fellow African nations, that Nigeria will now stand as a more constructive partner in advancing the matter of concern in our continent, particularly with regards to economic development and eradication of poverty. Former Head of State and President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, General Yakubu Gowon, Alhaji Shehu Shagari, General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, Chief Ernest Shanakan, and General Abdusalam Abubakar deserve commendation for their statesmanship and words of caution and counsel for peace during the tense moments of this electoral period. Most of all, I thank the people of Nigeria for reposing their confidence in me at this trying moment. Our nation wrestles many challenges, including insecurity, corruption, economic decline. I pledge to give you my best in tackling these problems. The good people of Nigeria, your obligation does not end with casting your ballot. I seek your voice and input as we tackle these problems. This will not be a government democratic only in form. It will be a government democratic in substance and in how it interacts with its own people. No doubt this nation has suffered greatly in the recent past, and its staying power has been tested to its limits by crisis, chief among which is insurgency of the Boko Haram. There is no doubt that in tackling the insurgency, we have a tough and urgent job to do. But I assure you that Boko Haram will soon know the strength of our collective will and the commitment to rid this nation of terror and bring back peace and normalcy to all the affected areas. We shall spare no effort and until we defeat terrorism. Furthermore, we shall strongly battle another form of evil that is even worse than terrorism, the evil of corruption. Corruption attacks and seeks to destroy our national institutions and character. By misdirecting into selfish hands funds intended for the public purpose, corruption distorts the economy and worsens income inequality. It creates a class of unjustly enriched people. Such an illegal yet powerful force soon comes to undermine democracy because its conspirators have amassed so much money that they believe they can buy government. We shall end this threat to our economic development and democratic survival. I repeat that corruption will not be tolerated by this administration, and it shall no longer be allowed to stand as if it is a respected monument in this nation. I ask you to join me in resolving this and the other challenges we face. Along the way, there will be victories, but there may also be setbacks. Mistakes will be made, but we shall never take you for granted. So be rest assured that our errors will be those of compassion and commitment, not of willful neglect and indifference. We shall correct that which does not work and improve that which does. We shall not stop, stand, or idle. We shall, if necessary, crawl, walk, and run to do the job you have elected us to do. I realize that the expectation of our people today is as high as their commitment to change has been strong and their belief in us unshaken. While we pledge to begin doing our best without delay, we would like to appeal to them to appreciate the gravity of our situation so that we become more realistic in our expectations. We will govern for you and in your interests. Your vote was not wasted. This is not the first time Nigerians have cast their votes for us. And this is not the first time they have been counted. But this is the first time that the votes have been allowed to count. With the help of God, we pledge to do our utmost to bring forth the Nigeria you see. Thank you for your patience and attention. Thank you very much.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. With that, we come
applause by APC members after that very strong speech by the President-elect Muhammadu Buhari, who acknowledges that he has his work cut out for him because the expectations from Nigerians are really very high. And security and corruption, those words are very familiar. Getting here, we heard him talking about it all the time, and he still re-emphasizes that security and corruption are non-negotiable because those are the issues that he's going to tackle once he's hit the ground running. But a lot of people will be impressed with the way he started his speech. He was grateful, humbled, honored. Those are the words General Muhammadu Buhari began with: grateful to God and humbled by the support from Nigerians.
Well, many Nigerians, his supporters, from all the states of the Federation and including the Federal Capital Territory. And, an interesting thing he also talked about, he is now the winner, the president-elect. Of course, in some places he wasn't voted for, but he said he would be president to all, for those who voted for him, for those who voted against him, and for those who didn't even vote at all.
And the governing party is what
remarkable.
The APC, he said it will be known for service. And a lot of Nigerians will really be holding on to those words by the president-elect. And he had also a very long thank you list. He singled out some APC leaders like Bola Tinubu,
former governor of Lagos State,
Bisi Akonde, and John Oyego. And also Lai Mohammed, who did a lot of talking on his behalf and getting here, and acknowledged especially all the sleepless nights from many Nigerians who supported him. And he also took time to pay a special tribute to all those that have fallen along the way on the road to victory. And he assured them that their labor has not been in vain.
Of course, it's an interesting one now. As we can see from the live pictures there, the ceremony is already completed. And well, for many, I think the celebrations will indeed continue. But of course, we know that a lot of work now needs to be done. And we're hoping that by May 29th, come May 29th, things will definitely will start to work. They will hit the ground running, and we'll get to see more.
Now stay tuned to Channels Television, because we're done with the Abuja ceremony. We'll come back to Lagos, and coming up next is News Track.